she will never admit that. And I'm never going to come off of how I see it.
Mm-hmm. So how are you doing? You look so beautiful as always.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. You having a good day?
Busy day.
Good. Busy.
Good.
So we'll get right to it. Before we get into this season, I would love if you could clear up this whole Lisa Rinna, Elton John thing that's going on. I'm sure you've been asked about it a million times today.
I know. Who knew it was going to blow up like this? I don't know. The things I say sometimes, I get myself into trouble.
Yeah. Did you see that she posted about it and said that, we were guests of Elton?
Uh-huh.
Go ahead.
No. I think maybe Lisa was missing my point. My point was really that it doesn't matter when you're friends. It doesn't matter if you get a thank you note or not, no matter what. And maybe Elton John did send her an invitation, but I paid for her seats. And so that's it. It's no big deal. I'm not mad. I wasn't mad at her for not sending me a thank you note. And I did also say on Watch What Happens Live that, maybe it was just miscommunication. Mm-hmm. It's not a big deal.
Have you spoken to her since or no?
Well, I sent her a text just like, it's not a big deal. But she seems to maybe it's a bigger deal for her, maybe.
Yeah.
So.
Well, we'll see. Well, I mean, obviously this has been a very intense season on so many different levels. I mean, watching it back, we're almost wrapped up with it. Is there anything that you regret at all this season, or are you kind of happy with how you kind of laid it all out there?
Well, no, looking back at the whole season, I had the one regret with Crystal and not listening. I mean, that was really hard to watch. But in a way now it's not become a regret because it's this opportunity to sort of show people like we all need to listen. Mm-hmm. And so then it becomes not a regret. So that's kind of, that's a tricky one. Mm-hmm. It was a regret for me personally, but not a regret in the whole big picture sense.
Sure, of course.
If that makes sense.
Definitely.
But no, after that, no. I mean, you can't have regrets. You say what you say. And I think that hopefully I do a fair job of apologizing when I need to, and which is what I think we all should do in life.
Right. Yeah. I mean, obviously the reunion is coming up, and I know that you can't tell me that everything that happens, but
I'm going to tell you everything.
Please give it all to me.
It's been a long day, so just ask, and I'll just give you every detail.
Do you and Erika come to some sort of understanding?
I think we'll have to wait and see for that one.
Mm-hmm. Do you feel like that chapter, in the last episode, she said that, that chapter is closed for me. I mean, did you feel in that moment that chapter was closed for you as well? Or did you want to come to some sort of reconciliation? Well,
no, she answered all of my questions. Mm-hmm. So that part is definitely closed.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. After she threatened you at that dinner party, did you ever think of maybe like, I don't want to do this show anymore. Like this maybe it's not for me.
Yeah, I did. And not because of the show, it was just because of the threat. And I didn't like it at all. And it took it to a level that I wasn't comfortable with. But we have such a great production team, and also I have great friends on that show, and they just were like, come on. Yeah. So they lifted me up pretty quickly.
Yeah. I mean, were you
I like it too much.
Right. Of course. I mean, were you pretty close though? Being like, I'm out, maybe I'll sit the rest of the season out.
It was pretty scary.
Yeah. I mean, were you scared in that moment? Because I would have been.
I wasn't scared for my life. I was just thinking, I just didn't like it. I didn't like the behavior.
Yeah. I mean, in a way, did you almost feel like you were kind of thrown to the wolves, or thrown to Erika, because it didn't seem like it, behind closed doors, the girls were talking about it. But then when it came time to confront Erika about everything, it seemed like you were the only one that kind of did that. And Kyle kind of, I don't know if she had your back.
Well, No, it's funny because when you get to watch everything and see what's kind of going on behind your back, not behind your back, but things that you're not privy to, like conversations that have gone on. And it's sort of like, well, wait a minute. That's, but listen, it's all good. I can only speak for myself. I can only say what I think. And, I'm not thrown to the wolves, I stand very firm.
No, I think you handled yourself beautifully, I thought. Were you surprised at how open Erika was in certain aspects? Because, we never really see her being incredibly open with her personal life, but this season she was almost forced to, in a way.
Well, yeah, I think in La Quinta, that's what kind of made me tilt my head a little bit. Like, why are we all of a sudden getting so much information? And when that LA Times article came out, I was like, wait a minute, we just got a lot of information, which we don't normally get from her. And it just, my antennas went up for it. I was like, wait a minute, why now?
Mm-hmm. Do you still think that she is a liar?
Well, yeah, because she lied.
Yeah.
We know that. She will never admit that. And I'm never going to come off of how I see it. Mm-hmm. So,
in the teaser for the next episode, we see that like all of a sudden she starts communicating with you. Were you kind of shocked in that moment?
When she started speaking to me?
Yeah.
In this past episode.
I think in the one coming up, I think like at least in the teaser that we see, it seems like she starts talking to you again, and then she hears you and Garcelle talking about her.
Yeah,
it's funny.
That was funny. we weren't saying anything bad.
No. But were you surprised that Erika did start talking to you again? If she does, I don't know.
Look, we all have to speak to one another because we're all together in a group. So, no, I mean, even when Crystal and I were having difficulties, we still had to talk to one another. So,
I mean, watching back this season, obviously you don't know, you're not privy to every single conversation that goes on and all the confessionals. What surprised you the most when somebody was speaking about you watching back this season?
I don't know if I had any surprises. I mean, nothing surprises me with these things. It's just, we all, there's some things coming up that surprised me.
Okay.
The most.
Yeah. I think a lot of people
that were really kind of jaw-dropping, surprising.
That has to do with you and Erika, or just something totally different?
Yeah, that's a good teaser right there.
It is a good teaser. You're leaving me on the edge of my seat.
Yes, yes.
I think a lot of people may have been, I hate saying the word surprise again, but when you said that you offered Erika money after her divorce, I mean, what did she say when you offered it to her, and why didn't she want to take it?
Well, no, it wasn't like, I wasn't saying, let me write you a check right now. It was like, there comes a time when if you need anything, I'm there for you. Mm-hmm. And, she was like, thank you.
Yeah. So she was very appreciative in the moment?
Of course.
Mm-hmm. I mean, going back to that dinner party, Did you ever think that was the reaction that you were going to get from her? Because, coming off last season, it seemed like you two were in a good place.
Yes. And I think she got very angry when she wasn't invited to the group meeting. And she was very hurt by that. And that was not my intention at all.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Do you regret not asking her to that?
No.
Yeah. I mean, in the grand scheme of things, when everything is kind of said and done, and if it is proven that Erika is lying about all of this, how will that make you feel?
No, I mean, I wasn't meaning like in the legal sense. Right. I just was saying, there were just a few things that I was like, look, this is what I've heard. Mm-hmm. And so I was just bringing that up as a point. I don't need to be vindicated at all. That's not my nature. I don't need to be proven right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'm just stating facts.
Sure. Does she set a lot of things straight in the reunion? Can you say that?
You are going to have to wait.
Oh, you're so good at this. Jumping off Erika for a bit, and let's talk a bit about your friendship with Garcelle, because I absolutely love that. I mean, was it tough to watch her kind of break down in that last episode, have her talking about feeling like an outsider in the group? And do you ever feel like that as well?
Yeah. I mean, look, everybody feels like an outsider at some point in their lives. I definitely have with that group of ladies. You kind of have to persevere. But I think what Garcelle was speaking to is on such a deeper level, and a level that none of us can really understand. And she wasn't even, it was so much broader. She wasn't talking about just like the 8 of us, I think.
Sure. Yeah. No.
I think she was talking about a lot of parts of her life that she's felt like this.
Yeah.
So.
Did you ever imagine that you would find such a good girlfriend in Garcelle when she started?
No. One of the first things she ever said to me was, "I don't know if I like you, and you don't know if you like me." And I was like, "I like you," and so I didn't know if I was like, okay. And when we went to that dinner, our first season, and she asked me, "Where did you get your money?" And I was like, "Come on!" And when I think my answer was so funny to her, it was over. It was just over after that. We just started laughing. I was like, "Come on, why you gotta ask me that?" And then we just started laughing, and then the ship had sailed.
Yeah, totally. And another fan favorite, you're a fan favorite, but another fan favorite that emerged this season is obviously Kathy Hilton. I mean, what did she bring to this? And are her parties the norm for Beverly Hills? Or is that just over the top?
Well, I will say I love Kathy. I've had white glove service before many, many times, but not in Beverly Hills. So I think, Kathy kind of ups the bar. Now I'm like, Kathy, I gotta get my servers to wear white gloves now. But I tell you what I will not do. I will never put a bell on one of my dining tables, ever. We'll never have that.
It causes a lot of, especially.
I'm gonna get PTSD.
Seriously, never.
If I have that, I'm like, no.
I know you spoke a little bit about this, but do you feel like Lisa set kind of a double standard with how she treats Erika and how she treated Denise last season? I know you spoke a little bit about this on Watch What Happens Live, but if you can kind of just elaborate a little bit.
Well, I did. I felt that a lot. And, she really grilled Denise. She really did. However, I think I saw it immediately. She's way better friends with Erika. And so there's that to it, I guess. I didn't see that friendship in Denise that she had with Erika, but golly, she really let Denise have it.
Yeah. How would you feel if Denise ever came back? Because there was also, kind of rumblings that maybe she would want to. Do you think she ever would?
I don't know, but I love Denise. I thought she was great. She's funny. She's really funny, and she was very sweet and kind to me. Yeah. And she was patient with me. She's really sweet. Yeah. We left one of the dinners in Italy, in Rome, and she always brings a tequila with her that she likes. I don't drink tequila at all. And it was Denise, Garcelle, and I riding back together. And that bottle of tequila came out, and they were taking shots from it. And I think I was so rattled from that dinner. I was like, yes. And I started drinking. I was like, yes, I'll partake in tequila. I don't even drink tequila.
I love it.